If you're running a digital marketing agency over $1 million a year, odds are you're already using AI, but you haven't seen a notable increase in your margins or top line growth because of it. And the reality is there's already competitors automating over 80% of their fulfillment and experiencing massive growth by automating their business with AI agents. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can use AI agents to automate your business in order to massively increase margins, grow your business without having to grow your team, and stop having to worry about falling behind the AI disruption curve. Now, most agencies are already using AI, but we found that there's a massive gap between what most people are doing today and what's actually possible with the technology. And that's what we're about to break down in this video. So this is how most companies use AI. You have a job to be done, an employee gets assigned a task, they go to ChatGPT, and it's a conversation between the employee and the ChatGPT in order to write the VSL, create the ad scripts, or create a brand and content strategy for your client. Then they get the response and they continue on with their task. Here's how you can use AI agents to automate portions of your business. So next time you have a job to be done, you can trigger the agent via Slack. You can tell it, for example, I have a VSL to be ring for client X. Then the agent's going to take the information, find the appropriate VSL scripting agent that has training and data on all of your past VSLs and understand what performs and what doesn't. It can also look up all the client onboarding documents for that specific client so it understands the context on what the VSL should be about. And then it's able to just complete the task, send the deliverable either back to you or straight to the client. So that's kind of how the agents work. And the difference between an agent and a traditional LLM is that they have access to all the softwares that you already use. They're specifically trained for a very narrow task. So they're very good at one thing, and you give them data to train them on being good at that one thing. And a third is that you can also apply tools to them. So they have access to search the web, they have access to connect to Slack and query it, they have access to Google Drive, etc. So all the existing software solutions you already use in your business will become accessible by agents on an as-needed basis. So this gives the agent the relevant context and tools to actually accomplish tasks instead of just being like an LLM, where it's just a communication back and forth. They're not actually automating anything for you. So here's a quick example for content generation, the old way versus using an agent to do it. So normally you'd have the content dropped into Google Drive, you have to message your editor with the necessary edits for the content, they have to do all the work behind it, add it back, and then message it and review with the client, etc. Instead, what you can do is you have an agent come in. Every time content's dropped into a new Google Drive, the agent automatically picks that up, kicks off the editing process. The agent listens to the transcript, understands the context of the clip, then the agent can fully edit the video, so add the B-roll in, add captions, add simple edits to that video, and then pass it back to you for review before sending to the client. So here's how you can automate your fulfillment across your business using AI agents. And there's three major components to this: your onboarding, your fulfillment, and your reporting. So when you onboard a new client, all of the documentation required in order to send them a plan, refine their offer, their content strategy, their lead magnet ideas, their ad copy ideas, etc. We do that all with agents. So they get the transcript of the onboarding call, and then they get context on past client documentation or past onboarding documents for clients, so they understand the desired output format. Then we take all those documents, we pass them into agents specifically trained on fulfillment and delivery. This might be ads, this might be VSL scripting, this may be content generation, organic content. Now we take those onboarding deliverables and we pass them to agents specifically trained on fulfillment tasks. So this might be a VSL agent, this might be an ad creation agent, this might be an organic content topic, scripting, or creative agent. And then those agents do the bulk of the actual fulfillment for that client and send them back to a human on your team for review. So in the fulfillment side, we go content ideas, ideas turn into scripts, scripts turn into creatives. Now, once you've actually launched for that client, all the reporting can also be automated using AI agents. So all of the funnel analytics and the data, all of the organic content insights, your engagements, your impressions, and everything, this can all be automatically pulled in from the social platforms into different spreadsheets, analyzed by the agent as frequently as you like, and then optimized back through the process. So it creates a big feedback loop here where all the content posted for your clients, all the ad metrics for your clients' ads gets fed back, analyzed by the agent, and then you can send your client updates based on that. But then we can also pass that back through to our fulfillment agents so they can continually create new creative, new topic ideas, new scripts, new ads, new VSLs, etc. So it turns into a giant optimization loop, and we're no longer bound by just how many creatives you can make on your team because your editors and your team is busy. Instead, we can constantly report on and optimize based on the fulfillment success. And here's a quick example of somebody who's already doing something very similar in his agency and has seen massive growth and a massive increase in his margins because of it. So he talks about, adding more cash collected to the agency, and he's already automating 80 to 90% of his fulfillment within his marketing agency. Now you're probably thinking, from my experience with AI, it's pretty good, but it's not really all the way there. Like, can it really automate all of these aspects of my business? And there's a few points here. One is, A, you have competitors that are already doing this successfully to automate 80 to 90% of their fulfillment. B, AI is only as good as the data and the context you give it. So using agents that are specifically trained with lots of past data and context on very narrow tasks is the way that we've seen the most success in actually automating this. We're also not going into full automation and just trusting the agents off the bat. Instead, we're getting the agents to do the bulk of the work, but still having humans review it on your team. So we're trying to free up your team so they can focus on client relationships and improving your client experience instead of all the menial tasks involved with fulfillment and day-to-day operations. So the reality is, at some point, full automation will be possible once the AI technology improves. And at that point, all the automations we built, we can drop in that new model and your performance will just improve overnight. Now, if you want to learn more about what the process looks like to work with me and my team, go to my website, click on the contact form, and book a call with me and my team.